Hello, my name's Lily, and this is my first ever live stream. I'm doing this because going live terrifies me because I can't edit anything if I say something stupid or struggle to find the right words. There's just a lot less control, right? But I think because it scares me, I kind of wanted to try it. And I thought now was probably a good point to do so because I don't have a huge amount of subscribers yet. So the chances of anybody even joining is very low. And so just like when I started my first videos a few weeks ago, or actually it's more like a little over a month ago, I am not expecting anyone to join, and that makes it a lot more low stakes for me. So, because this will be recorded and people will be able to watch this back, I'm going to speak to the empty live room and give some context on why I'm doing this, besides the fact that live streaming is scary. So I think, like many people, I self-sabotage sometimes. Oh, there's people here. Hello. I wasn't expecting anybody to join. I'm just about to give some context on why I'm doing this live stream. So basically, I think like most people, I have an inner self-saboteur that stops me from doing a lot of things that I would really like to do, or just stops me from doing things that I need to do, that I know will make me feel better. And for some reason, this inner self-saboteur comes in and blocks me a lot of the time. And as I've got older, I've realized that the inner self-saboteur has to be faced head on. And so I thought by going live and having people potentially with me on the live stream, I could hold my inner self-saboteur accountable and tick off a few things on my to-do list that I've been procrastinating on or stopping myself from doing. And I thought, well, if I have this problem, then I'm sure other people face this sometimes in their life as well. So I thought, while I'm doing my difficult things on my to-do list, it might be a good opportunity for you to do the same if you have anything that you have been putting off or thinking about, even if it's as simple as writing a list to set down your first steps towards something. This is kind of an invitation to face our self-saboteur together. So my two things, very, very simple things that I wanted to tackle today were, one, to reach out. I'm going to write this down. Reach out to my old mentor. So I had a boss about 5-6 years ago who was an incredible boss. He really challenged me and asked amazing questions and gave me opportunities that I didn't feel fully ready for, but that pushed me outside of my comfort zone, just like I'm out of my comfort zone now, going live. And he was just an incredible mentor, and I sort of lost touch with him in the last few years because he left the company that I was working at. And it's been on my mind heavily for probably a year, if I'm being completely honest, to reach out to him and just drop him a little email to give him an update on where I'm at and see what he's doing now and just connect and thank him again. So I'm going to do that while I'm on this live stream. And then the second thing that I'm going to do that's also been on my procrastination list, and my self-saboteur is like really, really stopping me from doing this, but it's ridiculous because it's not even a hard thing. But I want to email somebody that wrote to me. Her name is Lucia, and she's somebody who I connected with years ago when I was an illustrator. And she emailed me a few months back, which is terrible because it's been so long. And I really, really want to get back to her and write a proper email response. So I'm going to do that. I can see that a few more people have joined. Hello. I don't know if I should keep giving context on what I'm doing. I probably should have put it in the description, but I'll just state it one more time. I am facing my inner self-saboteur for the next 20 minutes or half hour. And if you want to just listen while I'm typing my emails, there'll be a little bit of background noise, obviously, because I'm live, so I can't control as well whether my dog barks or whatever. But yeah, you can either listen along and just be here with me while I'm doing the things that are on my procrastination list, or it is also an invitation to collectively face our inner self-saboteur and potentially knock something off your list as well. So I'm here doing my annoying tough things and if you want to do yours as well, I'll be here. That was my hand, not a fart. Alright, so let me get up my Notion page. By the way, I'm scared, well, not scared, but I'm curious if you guys are bots. So if you are not a bot, could you write something in the chat just so I know like who's here? Oh, there's one here. Here we go. Any way to stop the disruptive ads that cut you off? Good question. When I set up the live stream, I got given 3 options, and one was low ad content, one was medium, and one was high. Unfortunately, I didn't have the option to turn ads off completely, but I did choose low. So besides that, I'm not really sure what to do. I will do a Google after this. I'll add it to my list to see if there's a way to turn the ads off completely. And do you mean, if you're still here, Lenore, do you mean turning ads off during all of my videos or just right now during the live stream? I'm guessing you mean during the rest of my videos. Google how to turn off ads completely. I'm not sure if I really can, but I will look into it. I'm not sure if you guys can hear my garage going up. My partner's taking my doggy for a walk, so he's not barking in the background. Actually, okay, I thought so. I'm not confident that I can turn them all off, but if I can, I absolutely will, because ads are so so annoying, especially for ASMR. Okay. So, and thank you for letting me know that there's one person here that's not a bot. That's really cool. All right. So I'm going to go into my Notion. I'm going to pop it on the other screen if I can. There we go. And I'm going to draft up. Let's put this over here. Not a bot. Thank you. Thank you, Jessie. Yeah, it does feel like I'm conquering something, sadly. Just going live to a few people is definitely a little bit of a facing my fear moment, so that's good. I think if there's one thing I've learnt over the years, which makes me sound like I'm 100 years old, but you know, since my 20s and whatnot, it's the only way past these fears is through them. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do right now. So I am going to draft my email to my mentor. Also, I'm really curious. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has this like inner self-saboteur that is really obnoxious and stubborn and lazy. If you guys have one as well, what is the dumbest thing that stops you from doing? Because mine stops me from exercising sometimes. It stops me from responding to the easiest emails I could respond to. It is a real brat. So I'm curious, what is yours stopping you from doing if you've got the same problem? Oh, thank you, Lenore, for giving the context. I am a bit silly and I didn't put it in the description, so that's good. Oh, thanks, Shannon. I love that you love this. So I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to do a little bit of typing now, and I'll keep an eye on the chat as well. I didn't expect that drafting an email on a live stream would give me stage fright. Like, I feel like I'm going to forget how to type. You know, if you've ever started a job and someone's been training you or something and you start typing in front of them and then all of a sudden it's like you have thumbs for fingers and can't type. It's kind of how I feel right now. Oh my gosh, I'm just reading your note, Lenore, about when you're overwhelmed with stuff to do, freezing up. That is 200% me. It's the worst when you go into full-on freeze mode, and that's really where I was before I started this channel. I have all of these creative projects that I had been thinking about doing. I'd thought about starting a channel. I bought all of the equipment, and I'm really good at doing sort of the prep, but then when it gets to the actual taking the action and making it actually happen part, I just completely freeze up and find every reason to not proceed. So yeah, starting this channel was a huge step for me in like unfreezing myself. I don't know if you guys can hear, my cat is scratching at the door to come in, so I'm just going to let her in. Come. You can tell who rules the roost in this house. Both of my pets. I don't own them, they own me. Okay, so writing to my mentor. The worst part when you're reaching out to somebody that you've been meaning to reach out to for so long is, I think, the guilt snowball. So, because I've been thinking about this for so long, every time I think about it, I feel guilty, and then that stops me from doing it because I feel like I need to explain. And then that gets harder, and yeah, this is really good that I'm at least drafting something. I'm really curious for the people that are still here and don't feel obliged to respond. I don't think I've ever responded if I've watched a live. I'm kind of shy. But I'm curious if you are comfortable sharing, where in the world are you and what time is it? I feel like it must be really late at night if you're in the States, and if you're in the UK or Europe, I can't remember what the time difference is. It would be very early in the morning, I think, so I don't think I have the Europeans on here, but tell me if I'm wrong. Chicago, cool. I have always really wanted to go to Chicago. I've never been to the States at all. But if I ever go, Chicago's on my list. Oh, and Missouri and California. That's so cool. I love seeing where you guys are from. Have any of you been to Australia? It is nearly 1 p.m. where I am. So 1 p.m. on my Sunday afternoon, which is why I've called it Saboteur Sunday. So I thought it would be a good way to start the week a little bit of fresh, having tackled a few things on my list. Oh, pregnancy insomnia. I haven't gone through that, but I've got a friend who is currently heavily pregnant. She's about to have a baby in about a month, and she's been experiencing the same, poor thing. So I feel for you, Shannon. Oh, that's cool. I feel like whenever I've asked people about whether they want to visit Australia, there's kind of like two camps. There's the people who would really want to and have dreamt about it and whatnot. And then there's the other group of people who are like, I'm never going to Australia because you guys have sharks and snakes and spiders, and I don't want anything to do with that, which I respect. Oh, Dubai, cool. Wow, you guys are all over. That's so cool. I love that. The ginormous flying bat-like foxes. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to Google this. I didn't know we had giant flying foxes. That sounds terrifying. I might want to leave the country after I look this up. Let me have a look. Australia. Flying foxes. Grey-headed flying fox. Oh. It's like Count Dracula. I don't like that. I don't think they're in my state though. Let me have a look. Where are they? It's the largest bat in Australia. Okay, they're not on my side of the country, which is a great relief. I think the thing I'm most scared of here is probably sharks. So I only ever go up to like my waist in the water, but I don't think most Australians are that scared of them, and I'm just paranoid. And I really don't like snakes. so I'm pretty afraid. We had one in my house when I was a teenager, and I'm still traumatized. But other than that, it's not often I come across a scary animal. And actually, I was talking to someone recently about bears, and I feel like bears are way scarier than anything we have in Australia. And I know the States and Europe have them, right? So I don't think you guys have anything to be afraid of if you are coexisting with bears in your forests. It's funny because whenever people say the whole like, I'm scared of all the stuff in Australia, my response is usually like, oh, it's not that big of a thing here. I really don't see that many scary animals day to day. Don't worry about it. I've only had a snake in my house once and got bit on the ear by a spider once. And then when I say that, I realize it sounds really bad, and I'm probably scaring them even more. Starting to wonder if doing this live chat to tackle my procrastination projects is actually another form of procrastination, because I kind of am enjoying just chit-chatting on here and not doing my email. So I'm going to focus for a couple minutes and try and get more of this draft done. I was on a hike last month in Vancouver and saw a brown, oh my gosh, meep. I don't know much about bears, but I thought you're not meant to I thought you're not meant to run. Did it? I'm guessing it didn't chase you. What's the protocol? I feel like I would do the same. Either that or I would like freeze, just like I freeze around everything else. Yeah, I think the scary thing about bears is that they're so predatory, whereas here, besides sharks, snakes are usually way more scared of you than you are of them. Same with spiders. They don't really want to interact with you, and I feel like bears and sharks are a bit more of a threat. Copperheads and brown recluses. I'm going to Google this, and then maybe I'll never go to Chicago. Oh. Oh, these are both Australian animals. I really am going to have to leave the country again. I think I've been living in ignorance all this time. If it's brown, lay down. If it's black, turn your back. If it's white, good night. I love that it rhymes. There's something really cute and sweet about it, except for the fact that it's talking about how to protect yourself from a bloodthirsty beast. I'm trying to think if we have anything similar. I can't think of one. Literally the only thing that comes to mind is our sun safety slogan, which is slip, slop, slap. Like slip on, what is it? Slip on sunscreen. No. Slip on some sunglasses and a shirt, maybe. Slop on sunscreen and slap on a hat. I think that's what it stands for. Oh my gosh, Lenore, rats are also one of my biggest fears. I'm so scared of them because I had an encounter with one when I was living in Singapore years ago, and I learnt then the hard way that they can crawl up, I think, pretty much any surface except for glass. It was terrifying, and they're really smart, aren't they? So there's something about their intelligence that freaks me out as well. Oh yeah, I've got Dana, I've got a friend that lives in California. I think she's just out of Los Angeles, and she was saying, is it cougars or coyotes? Coyotes? She's got dogs, so she was saying that there's an animal that is quite threatening to her doggies, so she has to be really careful when she lets them out at night. Okay. I keep getting off track. Okay. Coyotes, yeah. That would be so scary, especially I've got a dog. Obviously, if you guys saw my last video, he made a little appearance. He's so cute, and yeah, I'd be so scared of something happening to him if we had something like that here. How do people manage it when they do have pets? Do they just have to be with them when they go outside to go to the toilet? Or like, I sometimes take my dog to little bush trails to go off leash because it's so nice to let him run free. So I guess there would be a bit of a risk doing that as well, I presume. Be scary. The other thing I'm really scared of is cockroaches. I know they're not dangerous per se, but they're so gross, and we get really big ones here sometimes. Like, we have these ones that fly. And my mum, she would always say if we ever had one that flew into the house, she would be like, you could put a saddle on him and ride him. He's so big. So disgusting. And the fact that there's ones with wings and the winged ones are really big. Scary. That's so interesting. This is way more fun than I was expecting. I really thought I'd have maybe one like bot join the stream and I would just be typing away by myself, but this is really nice. I love like learning all of this stuff about you guys and your side of the world. Oh, I don't think I've ever had one crawl across me, but I've had, what have I had? I had a frog jump on my face in my sleep once, which was pretty bad. But luckily frogs are kind of cute, right? Oh, no, like, you're fully pardoned, Jessie. I'm completely ignorant about this as well. I think they might be similar, but dingoes are not really in suburbia. They're more in remote rural areas, so they're not really a problem if you're living in the city. So I'm just getting a little error message on my camera. You might have lost the video. I think I might have gone blank. Basically my battery has died. So I think that is going to be a natural end to the live stream. Sorry for my bad preparation. I'll learn for next time. Yeah, I'll call it here. I don't know if you can still hear me. Is this still going? Oh, you can hear me but not see me. Okay. Well, I might take that as my cue to end my very first live stream, but thank you so much. I was really genuinely not expecting this, and you guys are so nice and so interesting, and yeah, it was really fun to read all of your comments and learn more about you. So thank you for making it a way less scary experience than I had imagined and for keeping me company while I tackled one of the things on my list. I got my first draft done for my note to my mentor, so So that's really good. And oh yeah, Jessie, thank you for holding me accountable. I haven't sent it, but I've finished pretty much the draft. So once I get off this, I will tidy it up and send it, and I'll pop it in a pinned comment on this once I've done it. So yeah, this has been a big help. Thank you so much, and have a lovely weekend, everybody. And now I've got to figure out how to end the stream. Here we go. Bye.